You know what I'm tired of, man? I'm tired of people saying they gotta lock in.
You don't have to lock in to be better than 95% of people. And I'm personally getting tired of hearing people say, "Oh, I just gotta lock in, bro. I gotta lock in and be on my grind set." I'm just gonna give it to you straight. This is how to be better than 95% of people without locking in. A lot of people think they have to change everything about them. They have to change their entire identity in order to become somebody that they're not. This is not the right mentality to adopt. A lot of people have this vision of what they want for themselves, what they hope to be in the future. And personally, I would not endorse this mentality because it's actually quite the opposite. You should not be viewing your goal or your said destination to be something that feels out of reach. That is a fundamental lesson that I aim to teach you guys, is that in order to have something, in order to gain something, you have to first believe that you are capable of achieving it. You cannot have something if you think that you are not capable of doing that, of having it, of reaching it. You are destined to have it as long as you believe that you are. And you work towards that goal every single day. And that's where people get it wrong. They think they have to lock in and focus on that goal so intensely in order to get said achievement or achieve said goal. Incremental changes. Change yourself a little bit every single day. A shift in mentality does not happen overnight. A shift in your character and your identity does not happen overnight. It happens little by little by little by little. It happens on a very consistent basis of doing something over and over and over again until it becomes a habit. You do not change overnight. That's not how it works. If you want to read more books, if you want to read a book by the end of the month, what do you have to do? Pick up the book, read a sentence, and that's it. Put the book down. And you're probably like, what do you mean? That's just a sentence. That's exactly the point. How many sentences did you read yesterday? Probably 0, right? So that's 100% more sentences read today than you did yesterday. Now repeat that tomorrow, except now read 2. Repeat that the next day, then you have 3. Double that, you have 6. Keep doing that every single day. And hey, you might not reach your goal of 1 book by the end of the month, but what will you do is increase the amount you read substantially. If you want to play the guitar and learn how to play guitar, what do? Well, first, if you don't have one, you have to go and get one. If you don't have one, if you are truly serious about it, you go and buy the guitar. Next thing you do is pluck a string. You pluck 1 string and then you put it down. The next day you do that same thing. The next day after that you learn a chord. The next day after you learn 3. You repeat those 3 the next day. The next day after that you learn all the fundamental chords in order to play a song. The goal is not to change yourself instantly all at once. The goal is to atomize your habits and make it into something that is manageable, something that you can do every single day. The goal is to turn it into something that's fun. It doesn't have to be difficult. You don't need willpower. You don't need to turn the progress that you're making into torture. So this whole mentality of locking in and focusing, I agree with, but not wholeheartedly. I think you have to focus, but focus on consistency. Focus on showing up for yourself. Focus on what you want for your life. Because growth doesn't happen unless you want it to happen. Growth does not happen without sacrificing a little bit of your day to pursue your goal. And this is actually the key to not burning out, is staying consistent and breaking down this thing that you want to achieve. Breaking down the goal that you want to achieve and making it into something that you can do every single day. You may not be able to play the guitar for an hour and a half every day because your fingers will start to hurt. But if you play in 20 to 30 minute sessions every single day, your fingers will start to build callus, and you're more likely to go back to playing it than running away because your fingers hurt too much. That's just an example. That's personally what happened to me. Like in the beginning, my fingers really hurt, but now they don't because like they've built like an outer layer of hardening. And now I can like rub my finger all over the string without it hurting. So if you do want to be better than 90 to 95% of people, just take one step. That's all you have to do is take one step. You don't need to lock in. You just have to stay consistent. Focus on the bare minimum. Master the bare minimum. Oftentimes when we see a goal that we want, we look into the future and look at everything that needs to be done and try to predict what has to be done. And that in and of itself scares us. It scares us away from our goal. But if you look at the very first step in front of you, the next step will come. And the step after that will also come. And then what happens is the process becomes much less scary and actually more enjoyable. Now it's not this massive thing that you have to achieve. Instead, it's something that you are learning every day in micro-sized habit-building behaviors. This is personally the mentality and the method I've used to enhance my looks, to increase my physique, the aesthetics of my physique, and to become a more knowledgeable person. I know I'm repeating myself a lot here, but this is the final thing. As long as you focus on the very thing in front of you, your personal goal, and you break it down to a very dumb, simple, step-by-step process, it'll almost be hard to not make progress. So break it down and stay consistent, and you will have what you want. Do that and remember, it's yours. It's already yours. It's just a matter of time until you actually have it. Visualize what it'll be like when you have it. And remember to enjoy the process, because that's the whole point of it. It's not the outcome that gives you happiness, but the pursuit. That is what gives you real happiness. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching all the way through. Subscribe if you want to follow the journey. I'm dropping more wisdom like this on the daily every like 2 to 3 days. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.